Good evening. I am the Militant Negro. This is my YouTube network, and I want to talk about a subject that was brought to my attention by a young African sister on Twitter. Her name on Twitter is Afropolitan Essence, Shakira. She pulled my coattail about a young brother named Brother Politic. Brother Polight, not Politic. Brother Polight. He did a video about the Colin Kaepernick situation, the National Anthem, and the American culture. I'm going to leave a link to that video down below in the description box of this video so you can check it out and hear his words. But he made me think about something. One of the definitions of it in today's society is colorism. That's just a hoity-toity way of saying light-skinned Negroes versus dark-skinned Negroes. Light-skinned Negroes are more accepted in today's society than a dark-skinned Negro. A dark-skinned Negro is looked upon by the Caucasian world. And when I say Caucasian world, I'm referring to the racist Caucasian world, because as with any group of people or any species whatsoever, they're good and they're bad. You have great Caucasian people and you have evil, nasty, rotten, racist Caucasian people. I want to be perfectly clear. I'm speaking right now to all people of color in the African spectrum of color. Negroes, African Americans, blacks, whatever you want to call yourself. I'm speaking directly to you. This is not for Caucasian ears. If you're Caucasian, stop listening right now, because I don't want to offend you, because I am not going to choose my words carefully. I'm going to say what needs to be said. We Negroes, we Africans, we black people need to stop letting the Caucasian race divide us. There is no such thing as light-skinned Negroes versus black Negroes or dark-skinned Negroes. We're all Negroes. And if that word Negro offends you, I'm going to suggest you go get a dictionary or Webster's, or go online if you're one of those me generation tech savvy people. Google it, use Bing, use Yahoo, whatever. Look up what the word Negro means and where it comes from, how it is originally been used before now. Negro comes from the word Negroid, which is a race of people descended from the Moors. You can find all this in your average African American, Negro, black history bookstore. You got to find one, a reputable one. Read what's in there. Read the literature. Educate yourselves. Everybody in this world comes from the continent of Africa. All humanity originated in Africa. That is the motherland, not just for Africans or Negroes or people of color. It's the motherland for the entire human race. Caucasians don't like to hear that, but that is a fact. Now back to this light-skinned versus dark-skinned Negro thing. I see people of different skin tones pitted against one another by white supremacists, which is a myth, because there's no such thing as white supremacists. White supremacy doesn't exist. It's a myth. You can't be supreme at anything if you have to get somebody from another race or ethnic group to help build your nation, your country, and your wealth. That's not supreme. Anyway, back to what I'm saying here. This thing against light skin against dark skin Negroes is a white supremacist thing. It's a tool. It's what they use to divide us. We can't let them divide us. We're not idiots. We're not morons. We're not stupid. We have to start thinking for ourselves. We don't need to let the white man, for lack of a better term, pit us against one another. We're intelligent people. We need to start to think for ourselves. The amount of melanin in your skin, in your DNA, determines what color your skin is. Caucasians from Europe have no melanin in their skin, which is why they are opaque in color. All the rest of the world, Irish, Spanish, even people in Russia and the UK, all these different people have melanin in their skin. Different levels of melanin in your DNA makes you a different skin tone. But we're all connected here. Understand that. We're not light skin versus dark skin, high yellow versus black. We are all people of color. And we all have African ancestry in our tree. So we need to recognize that, embrace it, love it, accept it, work with it. This is all something that has been orchestrated by, quote unquote, the man, to drive a wedge between people of color. We cannot allow this to happen. Okay, we can't allow our brains to be washed by media, by our politicians, our so-called black leaders, which, we really don't have any in this time. All these people out front talking about this, that, and the other for the Negro community don't actually represent the Negro community. We don't have Negro leaders like we did back in the 60s, even the 70s. Okay? Those people are inactive, passed away, or just not into this at this point in their lives. We need to wake up and think for ourselves. Every time people of color do something substantial and credible, we have other people trying to knock it down. Black Lives Matter, for instance. That is a group that is bringing awareness to what's going on in the Negro community and in the United States against Negroes by Caucasians. And right away, you have Caucasians saying things about it that are negative, misinformation, and just right out lies. People want to say that this white guy, George Soros, bankrupt Black Lives Matter. That's a lie. Black Lives Matter is doing great work to help people of color. And this needs to be shouted from the mountaintops. We can't let Caucasians destroy something when we build it, when we start it, when we do it and put it in motion. Because they're jealous, they're envious, they're hateful, they are evil. And again, let me stipulate, not all Caucasians are like this. Only the racist, evil, nasty ones are like this. There are good Caucasian people. I know lots of them, personally and on social media. They feel the pain that people of color go through. They try to help. They try to identify with us. It's not easy. My point here, people, is we need to unite. We need to get umoja. We need to stand shoulder to shoulder with one another. Help each other. Stop this bullshit division. Stop this killing one another. We need to stop doing things to hurt our own. We need to get together, shoulder to shoulder, and help one another. Don't let the white man make us hate one another. That's their master plan. Drive a wedge between us, separate us. There's no such thing as light skin versus dark skin. We're all skin color of people. Okay? People of color. That's who we are. That's what we are. We need to recognize that. We need to help one another. Get united. If we're going to fight the racist Caucasian, not one another. We can do this if we think. Think for ourselves. Cut the television off and think. Study. Educate yourselves. I'm out of here. Namaste.
Talking about the ghetto. Funky, funky ghetto. Trying to survive, trying to stay alive.